This is a coat of arms of New Zealand. The crown on the top represents the crown of England. If you have a look at the shield in the middle, there's actually a sheep strung up by its guts. And if you search around and ask what it's for, in theory it's meant to represent sheep farming in New Zealand. Seems quite odd though that the sheep is represented like that. If you ever look at paintings of royalty around Europe, you'll see a lot of them have actually got the same sheep hanging around their neck. It's called the Order of the Golden Fleece. It's Napoleon's brother. He's King Freddie of Spain. And basically it looks like all the royalty of Europe have a chain around their neck with that sheep strung up by its guts. Here's King Philip IV of Spain. All the kings of Spain seem to have it. God, you're going to wonder who his mother was. He's the present King of Spain. He's also the King of Jerusalem. That's Maximilian. That's Emperor Leopold. That's the Holy Roman Emperor, Charlie number 7. That's the Holy Roman Emperor. That's another Holy Roman Emperor. That's the double-headed chicken logo of the Holy Roman Empire. That's Max of Bavaria. He's looking pretty happy, that bloke. That's the French royal. That's a Russian royal. That's Queen Victoria's husband. That's the King of Austria. It's Italian. That's the Duke of Saxony. That's another King of Saxony. And there's lots more and lots more. And if you go and have a look in churches around Florence, you'll even find it there. That's the banking family Medici. That's a bust of them. And there's even a town in England called Tavistock who actually use it as a symbol. If you wonder whether there's any other crests that use that in New Zealand, there's the Canterbury University use it. It's funny, no woke students ever pick that up. And there's the logo of the Christchurch City Council. And that's the crest of arms of the New Zealand Reserve Bank. If we go and have a look at arches in Florence, Italy, it's interesting what you can find on these arches. We'll just zoom in. You zoom into the middle arch. And there we have the sheep again. And if we go around and have a look on the other side of the arch, you'll find the double-headed chicken of the Holy Roman Empire. If we go and have a look at the arch in Innsbruck, there's quite a flash arch in the middle of town. It's Innsbruck in Austria. We'll just zoom in on the arch. Here we go. And if you look up right up the top, there's the bloke on the crown there actually has a sheep hanging around his crest. Now if we go and have a look at Vienna, there's the Imperial Palace there, very flash looking building. We go and zoom in. There's always lines outside. It's debatable what the line represents, but in theory it represents royalty. Look above the door and you'll find the double-headed chicken of the Holy Royal Empire, and there's a sheep hanging down below. If we go have a look around the building, even some of the crests on the building have a sheep hanging at the bottom. There's one there. And if you go and look on the roof, there's quite flash ones. There's a sheep hanging at the bottom, and down, if you go down to ground level and look at some of the statues, you'll find the sheep there as well, plus the double-headed chicken. Here's a better shot. If you have a look around, you'll see quite a few double-headed chickens with the sheep hanging at the bottom. That's the Russian coat of arms. And if you go and have a look in Sochi, there is a old palace there. It has quite an interesting statue. Just zoom in. There's actually the golden fleece strung up with a bit of a monster dragon behind it. Here's a better photo of it. It's actually an ex-Greek city. It's Russian now. Pretty mean-looking monster behind it. It actually goes back to a Greek mythology about Jason and Medina and the golden fleece. And if you go and have a look in Georgia, there's actually a statue in town of Medina holding up the golden fleece. Here we go. There's a better picture there. That's Medina holding up the golden fleece, which is a sheep. The golden fleece goes back to the Scythians. Scythia was where Ukraine and Crimea is now, as the top of the Black Sea. The Scythians were very good at doing gold artwork and artifacts like this. They apparently put a sheep's skin in the river and it collected up the gold, and then they made all the gold artifacts. They were the first white people. Some people believe they were the first white race, and they lived at the top of the Black Sea, but migrated all around to the Middle East, and the Caucasus Mountains there. The Caucasus Mountains, where the word Caucasian comes from, it's believed the Scythians were the root race of the Caucasian. It sort of makes you wonder what that sheep is doing on the New Zealand Crest of Arms, and what it actually really means and what it really indicates about New Zealand.